Assalamu alaikum to everyone. I hope you are doing well right now, especially to our professor, Dr. Consuelo Samson. The previous reporters have discussed the audio-lingual method, and each report focused on a particular drill that can be used in language learning under the method. This presentation is going to continue that with an introduction to another drill known as integration. This is your reporter, Zahara M. Duma. Before I introduce to you the new technique, let me share to you some additional points regarding ALM. One of the many theories in pedagogy of language learning is that it is a behavior. Skinner said that to learn a language is to focus on a model for imitation. As language learning progresses, practice and rewards are integrated for motivation and for a more successful learning. In modeling, the teacher presents structures for students to perform. They listen to utterances and produce oral responses which are expected to be mirror image of the utterances. Continued practice is done for possible habit formation for recalling the use of those habits in situations that may arise in the future. The method was conceptualized based on army drills, as linguists saw the promising role of these rigorous drills during soldier trainings in the Second World War. They believed that drills could be used in strengthening the teaching of pronunciation through the oral approach. Basically, they thought that it would become successful because the models were native speakers of the language taught, eventually producing the language like a native speaker or at least become near natives. The following clip is an example of a drill that soldiers do during training. Pay attention to how they do it.
Hey, right on down the line. Hey, right on down the line. Come on over. Come on over. War's not over. War's not over. So put your weapon next to mine. So put your weapon next to mine. Hey, right on down the line. Hey, right on down the line.
Now let's discuss drilling in brief. In drilling, the learners listen to a model. In the clip that you just watched, the model is the drill sergeant who leads the platoon. In the classroom, the teacher is usually the model, but in some instances, the teacher can assign a student to become the model. In still some instances, a video or sound player is chosen to do the part. The students then repeat what is heard and how it was heard. Therefore, it is very important that the model produces correct utterances at this point. As you saw in the clip, the drill sergeant repeats lines from the songs for more opportunities of imitation until habit formation. It does become mechanical because of the repetitions, but this gives way to developing mastery. To clearly point out, let's take this image as an illustration of how drilling happens. This is the drilling master that models the habit to be exhibited by the platoon soldiers. This is the habit to be learned, in this case a song for cadence. This is of course already given to the platoon prior to practice but in oral form. Each line is sang at a time and the soldiers repeat the line right after. While the drill master models, the soldiers listen and focus on the sounds produced. In this example, two types of drills are used, repetition and rejoinder. After the drill sergeant sings, "I don't know but I've been told," the soldiers repeat the lines exactly as that of the models. This is repetition. In this example, repetition is done until the fourth line. In the fifth line, rejoinder is used. The drill sergeant orders, "Sound of." The soldiers respond with, "Hot, hoo, ree, hoo." This drill is repeated many times as the platoon marches from point A to point B of the cadence training. Now, to help us decide when to use drills, the following categorizations can be considered. The first category is called the mechanical drill. The drills that fall under this category give the teacher full control over what respondents the students should provide. For instance, when the drill used is transformation, it is understood that the teacher's control refers to the responses identified by him or her. Therefore, comprehension is set aside. For example, in this utterance, he knows my address. The teacher instructs the learners to transform the sentence using a negative, the interrogative, and conditionality. The second category are the meaningful drills. The control in the drills is considered partial because comprehension is required in order for the students to produce the correct response from among the options given by the teacher. For example, the teacher says, "I am thirsty." Among the options provided, the students choose the correct response to the utterance. In this case, the correct response is, "I'll get you something to drink." In communicative drills, the type of response is controlled by way of answer cues, but students provide his or her own answer. The teacher orally gives the cues in advance so students can prepare. For example, the teacher provides the answer cue it is prior to asking questions with answers that start as such. Then the teacher asks, "What time is it?" and calls the student to answer. The student can then respond with, "It is quarter past the hour of 10 in the evening." So with those concepts done with, let me introduce to you another drill under the ALM. This drill or technique is called integration. Basically, integration refers to putting together two elements or unifying two structures to form one new structure. Integration is what is done when the words black and board are put together to form the compound word blackboard, or the words hand plus written to form the word handwritten. Before the drill, the teacher instructs the students by telling them that they should repeat the utterances he or she will model, and they should repeat after him or her, but they repeat with an already integrated structure of the utterances he or she has modeled. For example, the teacher says, "I saw the man. He was standing beside the statue." Then the students will repeat by saying, "I saw the man standing beside the statue." In this other example where a student is chosen to model the utterances, "Lila washed the dishes. She also stored them away." The students repeat after her with this already integrated sentence. Lila washed and stored the dishes away. And in this audio material, the model says, "The doctor prescribed antibiotics. He also prescribed vitamins and dietary supplements." The students are expected to respond with this integrated sentence. The doctor prescribed antibiotics, vitamins, and dietary supplements. For more ideas on how to use this drill in the class, watch the following demonstration teaching.
Good afternoon, everyone. How have you been doing? Welcome back again to our class, and I hope you are ready for the activities that we will have this afternoon. But before that, I just would like to remind everybody that today is Friday. It is the 5th of November. Again, today is Friday and it is the 5th of November. I am just reminding you of the fast approaching English festivals, and I hope that you are doing your best in preparing for the competitions. Good luck, everyone, and I hope that you win in the competitions that you are going to be joining. Anyway, let me do a roll call first before we proceed to our activity this afternoon. Dumamba Tonton, Giamad Salilama, Saulog Lani, are you here? Saulog Lani, is she here? Is Lani Saulog here? Okay, let's proceed. Zambrano Roger. Okay, very good. Before we go on with our activity this afternoon, I would just like to give you a short recap of the concepts that we have acquired or learned from our last meeting, which is about simple sentence. So one of the concepts that I gave you about simple sentence is that it is a word or a group of words that consist of only one independent clause. Now, if you are asked about what makes a sentence consists of a subject and a predicate. Okay, can somebody repeat that? Anybody? Please describe a simple sentence in just one sentence or structure. Very good. So a simple sentence consists of one independent clause and it has a subject and a predicate. So I have more examples of simple sentences that we can add to the list of samples that I gave you last time. But because we have a new topic this afternoon, I want to connect our previous lesson to the lesson that we will have this afternoon. I am going to give you simple sentences in pairs. And after that, we will have a simple activity, okay? So the following are the simple sentences that you can add to the examples that I gave you last time. The first sentence is, Mia is beautiful. Again, Mia is beautiful. Next sentence, Mia is kind. Yes, Mia is kind. Another one, the glass is full. The glass is full. Next, it is filled with water. One more time, it is filled with water. And then we have, the boy is meek. Once again, the boy is meek. And then the last is, he always keeps to himself. He always keeps to himself. So the reason why I did not instruct you to write those sentences on your notebook is because it's going to be an introductory activity for our next lesson regarding types of sentence or kinds of sentences according to structure. So what you're going to do is to combine those three pairs of sentences that I gave you. I am going to give you 5 minutes to organize your thoughts. No, you are not going to write it down on your notebook. Yes, you are just going to think about it, put them together, and make sure that you will be able to construct a logical structure from those two sentences. Is it understood? Okay, so your 5 minutes starts now. Now that everybody is done in the sentence construction activity, let's process your answers. So what logical new structure can we have from the two sentences, Mia is beautiful and Mia is kind? Yes, Anton. That is the correct answer. Mia is beautiful and kind. Clarification? Yes, it is still correct. Even if you gave the word kind first in the sentence and make it Mia is kind and beautiful, that is still correct because the meaning of the sentence is not affected by the order of those descriptors. Now let us have your answers for the second pair of sentences. Yes, Roger? So, our new structure is, the glass is fully filled with water. Again, the glass is fully filled with water. Very good. Now let's have the last pair of sentences. Marian, what is your answer? What is your newly constructed sentence from those two simple sentences that I gave? That is correct. The boy is meek and he always keeps to himself. Any other structure? That is also a correct answer. The meek boy always keeps to himself. Yes. Yes, they are both correct because even if there were words omitted, the meaning of the sentence or the structure is still the same and not affected. So just to give you a concrete illustration of your outputs this afternoon, I will post the sentences plus your answers. Okay? So we have the first pair. Mia is beautiful. And Mia is kind. And your answer is some like this. Mia is beautiful and kind. For the next pair of simple sentences, we have the glass is full. It is filled with water. And then our answer, the glass is fully filled with water. And then the last one, the boy is meek. The boy always keeps to himself. And when combined together, we have the boy is meek and he always keeps to himself, or the meek boy always keeps to himself. So based on the way you have put together the two simple sentences and the example here, which is the boy is meek and he always keeps to himself, who has any idea of the structure or the kind of sentence according to structure that we are going to talk about this afternoon? Very good. Our topic this afternoon is going to be about compound sentences. Now, who can describe a compound sentence? So those are the most important concepts that we should know about compound sentences. Any questions so far? How about a reaction? If not, let us continue on with our activity this afternoon, another activity, and it is going to be a game. It's a simple game. So because this is a game, I have simple rewards or prizes for those who will do really well in the activity. So good luck, everyone. Let me read to you the instructions for this game. For this activity, each of you are given 5 minutes to construct 3 pairs of logically connected simple sentences. Yes, simple sentences. After that, you are going to alternately be given time to combine sentences into a compound sentence. Did you understand that? For your presentation, you are going to be called and recite your answers. Yes, you are going to recite the new structures, the new compound sentences that you have constructed. Let's see how you did in the activity, everyone. Settle down now, please settle down. Okay, thank you very much. So let's have the first pair now. We have Tonton and Asuncion. Let's start with Tonton first. What were your first pair of sentences? Okay, very good. Now, Asuncion, what is your compound sentence from those two simple sentences? Very good. Again, everybody, the two sentences that Tonton was able to construct are Marissa is crying and she lost her doll. Again, Marissa is crying, she lost her doll. and Asuncion combined those two simple sentences and constructed this compound sentence. Marissa is crying because she lost her doll. Very good, class. So I guess that you have understood the topic this afternoon and the concepts specifically regarding compound sentences. If you have any clarifications, you can throw them right now. Okay, none. So I guess we did a good job this afternoon. For your assignment as independent study regarding compound sentences, I have sent you an email and you are going to answer the material. You are going to print it out and submit it to me next meeting. Any question? None. So if there is none, I hope you learned something today. Keep safe and enjoy the rest of the day.